That's your audio settings for this Blackmagic app using your iPhone. Okay, so you have a DJI Mini. Here it is. Okay. You plug it into your iPhone. And you have two of these bad boys. So you automatically think that everything is automatically connected, that your audio is being recorded. Correct? Wrong answer. There are some steps that you have to take to be certain that these are actually working. Now, as you can see, the lights show that they're on. Background noise control, that's on. You have two lights right here that's on. That shows that they're both connected. And you even have this nice bright light in the front that shows that it's connected to the iPhone. But that does not necessarily mean that your iPhone is now using the Blackmagic app. There are some steps that you need to take or to double check to make sure not only that it is using the receivers correctly or using them at all, because iPhone has a feature, well, this is the iPhone 16 Pro Max and up, called Spatial Audio. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to Settings. You scroll down to where it says Camera. And then from here, you're going to go to Record Sound. And you see where that says Spatial Audio? You do not want that. It either should say stereo if you're using two microphones. These are the microphones. True microphones. Or mono if you're only using one microphone. But what you do not want is you do not want to use spatial audio when you're using the DJI Mini external mic with your iPhone. Okay. The other thing that you want to do is you go to the Blackmagic app, which you're going to use. You swipe down right here. You click on that, and you do not want this to be an automatic. Can y'all see that? Now you can see it. Okay. You do not want automatic. And you don't want vocal isolation. You want it to be on standard. All right? You do this while the receiver is plugged in to the iPhone at the bottom like that. Those are the two things you do. And you might have to do this when the phone is vertical. It doesn't seem to work when it is horizontal. So you go to Settings and on the iPhone, and you make sure that you put it in stereo or mono, and then you go over to the Blackmagic app while the receiver at the bottom is plugged in. Okay. You swipe down and Blackmagic app, standard. So here we are. We're back at the Blackmagic app and we're in camera mode. We got all our video settings right. But what about the audio? So let's go through this again. On the iPhone, if you're using one mic, this is very important. If you're using one mic, one of these DJI Mini mics, you put it in mono. On the iPhone, settings, camera, record audio, mono. If you're using two, you put it on stereo, but do not use spatial audio. The next thing to double check, you turn this to the side. Oh, you swipe down like that. So it's back here. We're using the Blackmagic app. It's plugged in. We swipe down on the right side, click on this, and we make sure that we're in standard, not automatic, and not voice isolation. That's what you got to do with the iPhone before doing anything else. Because believe me, I've been through this, and I was wondering what's wrong. Like what's wrong with my audio, man? Like I spent this money and got these highly rated DJI Mini mics, and everything sounds hollow. So I had to do this video, man, because I spent a lot of time on this thing. So I figured I'd help save somebody's time. All right, boom. Now here's the next thing. So now that we're in on the Blackmagic app, all right, I'm going to skip the video stuff. I have another video right here. I'll put a link right here in this video that helps you set up the video. But for the audio now, you want to manually select the DJI Mini to be sure. So now you get to the Blackmagic app, you get the camera, and you go to this setting right here, and you manually select by going to audio. It says audio source, and that's where you select DJI Mini to be sure that you're using the DJI Mini and not the iPhone microphone. All right, what else do you want to do? So the best settings are, you go to audio format, linear PCM, not ACC. ACC is only if you want to save space, and you want to come down to the sample rate and put it at 48 kilohertz. Those are the best settings for your sample rate that works with the DJI Mini. And once again, it says record audio as, now you already did it with the iPhone, but you got to make sure you do it over here also. So you want to record the video as stereo if you're using 2 microphones, or mono if you're only using 1 microphone. So that's your audio settings for this Blackmagic app using your iPhone. So you got to make sure you set it at standard, set it to stereo on the iPhone. You put it in standard and not automatic and not voice isolation. You come over to the Blackmagic app, you click audio, you go to audio source, you choose the DJI Mini, you put the audio format at linear PCM at 48 kilohertz. All right? Now, audio metering. So now we're going to get back to the camera. When you start talking, you see these lines right here? And this is your gain right here on the DJI Mini. Let me just turn this camera a little bit. This is your gain, right? I got mine at 0 right now. So you see that? I'm a yell. Ah! See that? See the red line? So you want to, based on where the mic is, if you have it closer to your mouth, you want to gain this to suit how close the mic is. You know what I'm saying? For mic 1 and for mic 2, you'll see it says mic 1 and mic 2, and then you can turn the gain down if it's redlining. You know what I'm saying? And that's the last thing you want to do, if you don't want to go into redlining and have distortions in your audio. I really had to do this video because I did a few videos, and it seemed to, like, sometimes it was using the DJI Mini, and sometimes it wasn't, and I couldn't figure it out. So I figured it out. If you got any questions, put it in the comments.